So I guess the question is, why did we start the show? Why am I involved in the show? I like a challenge. I always have. Hunting, sitting in the woods, you're sitting there and you might not see any animals, but I wanted to be able to challenge myself. I'm a pretty good shot, with military training and all that. So I wanted to give myself even more of a challenge by putting a 35-pound huge camera standing next to me and move it without deer seeing me. That would be one reason, but there's multiple reasons. When I was growing up, my grandparents weren't close, and they were 7 hours away in Western PA, so we didn't get to see them as very much. So there was one thing that I promised myself, is that my children were going to be extremely close to their grandparents. And of course, we're not going to be around forever. So by documenting and having footage of us having fun and being out in the woods and crabbing and fishing and all that, it'll be around forever. So 20 years from now, Taylor goes back and says, I miss Pop-Pop, or I couldn't see him this week. So she pulls up a video and she sees a crazy crabbing video where he falls off the boat or something. Just something to remind them of. And that they're always in their lives. It doesn't matter if, it's 80 years from now, 20 years from now, they can always go back and look at that footage. But then it was, you look at these, you go to Sportsman Channel, you go to these professionals, how can you even say it, a professional hunter? There is no such thing as a professional hunter. They're paid hunters. They're not professional hunters. But you see them, and yeah, they're putting on these great shows, and it keeps you interested. But are you actually? There's some things that you can take out of it. But are you really learning anything? Are you really learning how they got those big bucks to come in front of them? They're just showing you how they kill them. They're not showing you what they did to get the bucks out there. So I wanted to put something out there so people like regular Joe and James out there can see, okay, so there are people in this industry and out there that are just like me, and look, I can watch them, and I'm learning how to turkey hunt. I never turkey hunted before. So it's more of that instead of, the experts showing you how they killed a buck, but they didn't show you how they got the buck there, or they show you how they show you killing a turkey, but they don't show you how you got the turkey there. So that was one of the other reasons. And then Holden, my son, is very electronics oriented, computers, video games, programs, stuff like that. So Pop had taken him out hunting, and then he hunted the first season, and he got a beautiful buck and a doe and all that. But he kind of got spoiled because that was his first season. He gets a monster buck, and so then he kind of got bored with it, and he left. So we were trying to come up with a way to bring him back into the outdoor world. Still being outside, and if he didn't really want to hunt because he got bored, he could run a camera, or he could do editing, or he could do something on that. So I would say actually more than 60% of it was for him to come back with us hunting and being out there with us. So I would say that would probably be the biggest reason why we did this. But it's absolutely different than any other job or any other experience that I've had, because it's not easy. You're hunting, you're walking in with 40 pounds on your back, and you got a weapon, and you got everything. You're trying to be quiet, and then sitting in a stand, and we do self-filming. I don't have a cameraman sitting right here filming me. So I have to be able to move that camera without the deer seeing me, pull back the bow, shoot it, and then follow it. It's not easy. It's a challenge.